GE, they're playing the same comp that they were playing previously when they took on All Gamers recently. They won double pistol and then ended up losing the game. But what's different is the roles here. Patman on the Omen, Harvey is over onto the Cypher playing the Senti role, and Crystal will play the Sova. So they've really kind of shuffled things around, and maybe that's going to give them a little bit more comfortability here.
That's interesting. Having the call from that Sentinel role, we heard it from Frost yesterday as well, is a little bit difficult. On the side of RRQ, it's double Senti, Xfero on the veto. I like him on this agent. I think it's great, and I actually think it can be really nice to play into that double duelist when you're defending. If they can't throw those walls out, it's really hard for them to actually break through these chokes on the ground.
Yeah, Xfero is such a big playmaker on this veto, especially starting out on the attacking side. Keep an eye on him picking up the operator and just kind of walking, but trying to make some plays. Him and Jemkin are the big heavy hitters here, but part of me, especially as a big fan of his, is looking for Monyet to just release all that pressure and have a massive game here on the Omen.
Well, let's get into it. RRQ versus GE. Paper thin, Achilles, who you got?
We'll have to wait and see. Of course, you know, Jemkin on that jet, you never know. He's want to just start taking over matches if possible. That's not going to catch anything there. Shock Dart actually going to miss onto the veto util. So that's going to be ups, and everybody on the side of RRQ just holding the line for now, expecting some kind of aggressive play here.
And they are right to expect this. Slow creep forward. Plenty of shots being out into mid, trying to fade them forward. Monyet going to be caught with that util and Hammond. Crazy guy on the counter swing, able to find crystals. Autumn's going to be taken down. Udaton with one, but Cushy will ensure that they get back into a player advantageous position. Forward here from Patman, now going to be walled off. Doesn't have another teleport to try to make it over the top of this thing. And it's just a little bit too high to try to jump, so we'll be rerouted. Both players now coming from that defender spawn side. Backside approach with plenty of eyes going to be trained on this. Swing in the corner. Still yet one slow orb as well available to Crazy Guy. Stop the scale forward. Spike is planted over on that street side. There's the slow going through. Xfero ready to counter swing at a moment's notice. His camera will get cleared out. Spot on a one. And it will be Cushy taking the fight and taking them all down. 3 kills here for the Fade, and RRQ grab the opening pistol. Yeah, just a really good read here from RRQ on what the tendency might be for GE. You know, especially with the double duelist, you're anticipating that some good theory behind that is going to be putting some pressure on the flanks of the map early, see if you can create an extra angle or just, you know, find a player out of place. But RRQ reads it, anticipating that they were going to play around the veto trip, but Monyet got caught in a weird timing where he got called for another smoke, and still they're able to fight back out of it. So all's well that ends well. Well, some space going to be offered up here for Autumn to grab that orb. Meanwhile, on the side of the map, basically completely vacant, as it's just Udaton with a Sheriff. Peeking in towards A main. Monyet to check back the wall, locking off that Boba side approach. So we'll just have to be a rewrap through mid, potentially in the tiles here for GE, but we're going to stick to the one side. It's a very nice shot. Udaton able to find the one, and Monyet not quite registering where that kill had come from, or perhaps thinking that he was going to be rewrapping into Alley. Either way, this is now a 2-player advantage. Weapons going to be collected into the hands of GE as they look to tie this up 1-1. Oh, this is devastating. This is the worst case scenario right now for RRQ. I mean, they do have the option now to pivot back over to B. Just try a pause. Well, speaking of players being a little bit asleep there, spot on the one, Xfero swinging, the Marshall singing, looking for a little bit more. It will be Jemkin. Around from that alley side, able to find the headshot to the back of the skull to rescue this round, but that was narrow margins that RRQ cleaned up this anti-eco. No, you're absolutely right. It's just kind of chaos caused by Udaton being so sharp with the Sheriff. It's that second one there, Monyet. I think hearing some footsteps behind him is why he's turning around there potentially. Can't really blame him too much, but that's a feels bad man position where they're trying to go clear elbow. And it's just a timing thing. So you get through it, keep the Guardian and the Vandal. Gonna have a Bucky in the mix from Monyet, a couple Sheriffs there otherwise. So still a little bit fearsome, a little bit scary from RRQ to convert a bonus, but definitely very tricky. Some interesting trips here from Javi. Shouldn't catch the Prowler. So should drift just underneath of that one. Try to get that intercept, and it will be able to do so. And Jemkin cannot escape. No break on that one fast enough. Javi able to collect that elimination. As Wall going all the way out. Yutani is going to be able to find one. Able to swing. The Bucky will be able to find a kill. That might just be about it, and that's all they're going to be able to find. So overall, a very healthy anti-bonus as Global Esports get themselves on the board.
Yeah, definitely, though, some information here for RRQ on some of those setups for the trips that you're going to need to be watching out for. Like you mentioned, just kind of an awkward placement. Yeah, just a nice spot there on the Jemkin. Try to respond with the Haunt, but it's just a little bit too late. Get Monyet with the shotgun to do a little damage, and that's about it. So not too bad at all. We'll see going into the next round.
So they chain together.
Yeah.
As Molly will be able to find a tiny little bit of damage, but obviously Crazy Guy can heal himself back up. Don't quite have that running back available yet here for Autumn. It's been a little bit slower to build, just given that the kills haven't been there for Global until that prior round.
Deploying drone.
Is Crystal just going to be sending out this drone to try to scout? Spot on one as we go to the comms.
Two still.
Can we hold?
Yeah.
B can push.
Shock dart.
There's no five, I think, guys. Yeah.
Let's go towards B.
I think, wait. Chill. They have a cam on B, I think. Yeah, let's go to B first. Hey, can we go B split? Because we still have...
Market split?
Yeah, market split.
Okay, I'm gonna go with them.
Can you heal me, go?
Okay.
I'm on top, okay?
They no smoke.
David, go B man, okay?
Yeah, I will go.
Kermit push later, guys.
Yeah.
We were a bit. I'm on.
Okay, well, able to weather the storm off the front there as Jemkin peels back that kill onto Yutatan. Overdrive committed as well, and making this a little bit more costly for Global Esports and puts all the more pressure on them to be able to tie things up to 2-2. Heard them talking about it, the market split now forward, but Javi checking out is able to find Xfero there at main. They know that they're going to have him a little bit contained by Monyet. He's out on an island, and Autumn, he has buried that under the sea now. As Monyet will fall, Javi finds another Crazy Guy going to be picked apart, and now it's a 2v4 for RRQ to try to rescue this one and maintain the lead. Time gone. Have to go for this commit, as Autumn will lose out on the ult, but still gains information, and Javi plays off of that, and Javi takes over. 4K for the Cypher, and 2-2 on the board.
Well, just some crazy swings from Javi winning rounds here.
I need to sit back up.
That is absolute madness from him. A great start. You take out Yutatan with his overdrive. Feel like you're good to go, but then Xfero gets outdone. I mean, you heard it in the comms. They're calling for somebody to go watch main, and Xfero, immediately on the hunt. They know that Javi's going to be taking that space, and they still can't hold it, and then things just collapse. That was an insane round from the IGL for Global Esports, and they're going to be able to take the Outlaw into this round against the very weak Eco.
Paranoia at the ready here from Patman. Look at all those outlines on the far side of the wall. Any contact, and that is going to fly. There it goes. Paranoia across. 5 players going to be blinded up. As Crystal is able to collect 2 now on third. Looking for a little bit more. Jemkin with that bandit. Able to find Yutatan. The spike now on the floor. I'm not recovered yet either, as Xfero will be able to find Patman, but this should be an undoable job, and it is. Crystal with a 4K off the back of Javi's as Global Esports take the lead.
Let's see if there's going to be any timeout from RRQ. Or again, I figured this would be the rougher side of the map for them for sure. Looks like Xfero might be buying an op here. To wait and see if that gets confirmed, but heck, easy money here when you've got the 4-man setup. You got the Paranoia, you got the flashes from Autumn. Everything pretty steady, pretty safe. Yeah, really good Paranoia. Just a really good call there as well from Javi. Have the right pieces in the right place. Looking at Crazy Guy over on the B main side, all on his own. Throw out that orb early. He's buying a little bit of time, but nobody's able to scale from RRQ. They're still concerned about another trap setup or some push out. Just not in the right place this time initially. Let's see if he can get a good read off of this. Just not much information being gathered for RRQ. You're happy to play a little bit deeper.
There's a crutch tap. Crazy Guy's still swinging off this? Oh, he's going to be able to find damn near timing, but just can't quite get the shots aligned. So Autumn down to 11, but able to survive. Blazewall goes up, and that's going to be the heal coming through.
That's Hunter's Fury for Crystal. Off that orb grab.
Key pickup. Big ults available. Xfero, I mean, he's not going to be the one going for the plant.
Right.
He does have that evolution. Otherwise, he could just shrug off that Hunter's Fury.
Exactly what I was just thinking.
Meanwhile, Pac-Man up and over the top, going on scout, and is able to find one. But as he drops down, Manya will be able to find that elimination, trading it back. Tag in, Cushy tracked and eliminated. Made now out of the equation. Rez going to be going through Jemkin right back into the fray. Yudotan spraying and praying, but not being rewarded. Prayers going unheard. Ends up losing his life, and now it is all on Autumn. A 1v2. Narrows it down a little bit. Dribble on the peak, the spot on the one, knows where the other's at because of the plant, but there's the swing. He's just overwhelmed. Can't fight his way out of this one. Monyet will be able to find it. The op's going to be carried over, and RRQ tie at 3-3.
They're able to get a decent read here. Eventually, took a little while, felt a little uncomfortable, especially with that Hunter's Fury there, taking out Cushy. He was thinking about going for the plant, but that res turns out to be instrumental. Then they can just start spamming down this choke. There's 3 players standing there when the smoke drops. They get crushed underneath the gun barrels of RRQ. So okay, that was a very pivotal round, but now Op going to be coming into GE's hands. Yudotan to maybe try to counteract that.
Revealing area.
He's going to be taking early B main space. Meanwhile, RRQ looking for mid, but again, Crazy Guy kind of pushed back, thwarted from any attempt himself. Oh, nasty shot from Autumn.
Well, after a bit of a hot start, Cushy kind of cooling off here a bit, getting caught. It's a good shot from Autumn. 2 charges away. Meanwhile, here's the operator. Didn't really go scouted. Crazy Guy, well, scouts it in the worst way possible with his face.
Guys, I found it. And now you gotta get this kill for free.
That's against Crystal, so good luck on that one. Catch him right there on that jiggle peak. Best opportunity you're going to get. He's able to back off. Smoke going to be going through. Meanwhile, Xfero exploring towards the Spoba side. Autumn is out a hell of a lot wider than he's going to anticipate. Crystal now tucking away, but will get scouted. Xfero actually able to find that kill after all. Petman now, the insert in from behind, able to find that elimination. Xfero dead, the operator.
One enemy
fairly unrecoverable spot now, especially as it's just Monyet left standing. Paranoia going to be sent through. The TP up into the smoke, but Javi wise to it. Hounds him down, finds the kill, and Global Esports once again will take the lead.
Yeah, it's just tough, man, when you're getting 2 players taken out early, trying to contest B main space. A great push and pull. This early shot from Autumn, absolute banger. And then they kind of bait a little bit there. Like you said, Yudotan's op never revealed, so they go walking into it and pay the price. Needing to re-clear that space to try to get a little bit more map info, and it ends up costing them.
Let me go aim in this. Amen, okay.
Timeout.
Now there's that timeout. Just curious. Thought maybe it would come a little bit sooner from Jovi, but a little bit later into the equation. This one's tough, man. I mean, it's, again, I think this composition that RRQ should have more legs on the defender side anyway. But every round is so precious here on this attacker's side. You know, if you can get into those post plants, you can get some of that Sage util, you know, have the interceptor there as well. I've been noticing that Xfero's really hanging on to it. He's looking for those moments, you know, where he can use it effectively to counter, you know, when they're trying to make their entry into a site or something like that. So just getting into those positions is going to be the tough part. You're going to have to win some duels. And you don't have nearly as many tools, it feels like in some ways. You know, when you have the Sova util, the Phoenix flashes, the Paranoia, the Relay Bolt that GE can bring to the battle, you almost have to wait them out and find your moments to kind of get some of that util out early. Maybe that's something that could be talked about in that timeout. Have to wait and see.
What's this?
Well, knives just to be invested here. Not a ton else to go alongside. It's just the one bandit. Everybody else with classics. But a lot of space offered up. Global Esports looking to get proactive around A, but that's being ignored for the moment by RRQ.
Yeah, just another hard read from GE. We saw this against the previous eco. That was where RRQ went. This time around, though, they take the orb and they fan out a little bit. Still going to be Yudotan holding the line. That operator. Xfero still sitting on his ult, too. If you can maybe get this op out of the equation.
And this has to be like an updraft peak, and it's not. This jump out from Jemkin, and Yudotan makes it look casual. Finds a follow-up, and that is damn fast. And weaponry aside, Yudotan is just exactly where he needs to be at every twist and turn. He's looking for an ace. Xpero going to be found though. Patman will deny it, and it's going to be a flawless here in response to the timeout. What a round from Yudotan.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so locked in. This is just exactly what you need. Just went for the jump peek there to Jemkin, and maybe wasn't thinking the op would be there this time. Crazy guy goes swinging into it. Line up for the collat. Sees the feet. Easy money.
They haven't done.
And a golf clap from the coach.
10-6-1. Always a very scary prospect when Yudotan is operating on all cylinders.
Yeah. When he's at his best, he's up there with anybody in Pacific. Xpero looking to make a play off the back of this smoke. They're trying to anticipate, I think, Yudotan's angle that he's going to hold. Instead, they're going to have to check it with a Prowler. They will get the confirm.
Blocking sight.
And I'd be running the other way.
Yep.
But they're going to try to go for this market split. Want to cut off Boba. The dry swing, no, okay. Paranoia going to be sent through, and Jemkin will be able to find a punish. Yudotan just trying to go for a timing, so ends up being a little over-eager on that. Meanwhile, Autumn, I'm not sure how he's even getting one there on the drop down. Just snap back over to the side. He's not ready for Crazy Guy to scale forward. But the Paranoia didn't hear Rim. Speaking of getting caught, Patman just sprinting forward, and Moniette finds a follow-up. Patman and Hobby both going to be taken down. Now it's just Crystal in a 1v4.
A really good setup here. Let's see if Crystal can do any more damage. Shock Dart doesn't look like it connected. Really, maybe hit Xpero a little.
Well, it should be dead. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay. This moves a little bit too soon. Should have had him absolutely dead. The right's there, but Crystal at least given an opportunity to back away. Give a warning to his friends in the next round.
Any damage you could do here would be great as Crystal. Economy's weak. Huge.
It very much is, and yeah, not ready for that angle. Moniette on the swing and will eventually be able to find the kill, so 3K and the operator to be carried over. This ends up still being a little bit more costly, certainly than RRQ would like, but you get the round back and they're 1 away from tying it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think now you're seeing what was maybe talked about in that timeout a little bit, wanting to hold that, use that smoke against RRQ, or excuse me, against GE a little bit early to make sure you had some pressure on the operator, anticipating that it would rotate back to B main, and then you have the Paranoia ready to cover his follow-up angle, his secondary line. That's some good prep being done by the coaches and implemented into the players. And then you're able to use that Sage Wall to tee up Moniette for the little trap play. So that's what, that's what you need as RRQ. You need to get those little bits of extra space so you can get some value out of those double sentinels. That's really what you're looking for. Interceptor was out early this time to allow Xpero to try to scale. So going for a little bit of different play. No one's here to clear that drone. Still going to get the tag on him, but just the operator, you would suspect that's the solo player as GE, and nobody really moves other than Autumn.
Walkabout in the mid, and Autumn, did
he see it?
The leg? I think he should have. He's starting to lean in that direction. Meanwhile, Yudotan also covering the other side, and yeah, Autumn there at Tiles is able to find that kill. Cushy only able to trade the one back. Yet again, RRQ, a player deficit. Yudotan right back onto this B site.
This is a little bit tough. Moniette still has his full kit.
They're pinging this angle. So seemingly suspicious, and will smoke this off. Prowler trying to chase forward, and they get confirmation. So suspicion's confirmed, but he's just re-swinging the other side. Utilizing that one way, and Cushy dead. Immediately the overdrive going to be invested. So what are you meant to do here? Take the spike, try to TP over to A perhaps. It's down on the floor there behind you. Meanwhile the swing, and Yudotan still just so damn fast. And now Moniette is having to try, keep himself alive and in the fight. Finds one. TP over into the smoke. The shot's ringing out, trying to hound him down. He will be able to escape, grabs the operator, makes the best out of a terrible situation. That is Global Esports now moving their way up to 6.
Yeah, I mean, Yudotan, so difficult to deal with. All over the map on this one. Gets the first kill in mid. There's Autumn finding the free kill on a Crazy Guy. Has that second one to lock out main and the third to kill xFaro.
Okay.
Beautiful work. Once he got that operator into hand to try to counter xFaro's, it was very, very impactful in a lot of these rounds. xFaro again throwing the interceptor early. But they're pretty ready for this.
Goes for the timing shot. They waited out. Playing that wisely, but here's that second layer. No one checking towards Hallie. Crazy Guy just wanted to try to grab that orb. Says, okay, guys, I can have a res. Well, now you're going to have it for the final round of the half. As xFaro will be able to flush out the enemy Neon.
That's huge.
Critical one found. Gun barrel spotted. No, but not a fast enough reaction. Javi, quicker on the draw, takes down Jemkin. Gets us right back into a 3v3.
Yeah, another slow start for Jemkin. He usually ends up picking it up, but can kind of go a little quiet in the early parts of some of these matches. Still have the Nightfall. Are you going to want to invest it here? Going to have this crunch onto Javi, but has the cam, so can at least use that to buy himself a little bit of time to deal with these players in main. Has the trip there for when they start pushing through.
We have 3-2-1. There's the clear. Smoke now going out. Javi lingering within that. Still has the cam to watch his back at market. So far, xFaro playing this one quietly. Is Nightfall going to be sent towards Boba? Nothing seen. He's going for a plant in the open. Javi not quite aware of that, but as the smoke will fall, Cushy. As the weapon drawn down, is able to find that kill. Keeps himself in the mix, and now it's a double approach. Defender side, working their way out of Boba. Curveball, full flash, onto Cushy. Swings out, Autumn, able to catch a glimpse before that paranoid crashes across. Strikes him down, now back into a 2v2. This plant is all to enable xFaro on this angle. The flash is going to be going in, now it's all down to xFaro, finds the first, the swing out, gets the follow-up, a 4K for him. Gets RRQ up to 5, a chance to try to make this a 6-6 half.
That would be, I think, pretty good for RRQ. I think you're going to feel pretty confident if you could get through this as 6-6. This time, it's xFaro's turn with the operator to do some damage, gets the trade, gets the follow back onto Yudotan, was swinging out there too. Yudo had the advantage in that angle. xFaro just a little bit faster. Nice little play from Autumn, but yeah, like he said, teeing up xFaro's angle, not cleared by Global Esports.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Still feeling pretty good. Still going to have that xFaro ult. Might as well just rip it off the start of the round, I'd say.
Hello, goodbye.
Wow.
Here.
There we go, Jemkin.
They're trying to get a little aggressive. Unassisted, though, and immediately punishes through. This has allowed for Yudotan to get slotted forward in mid. And tucked in behind that box, so I'm not sure how red this is going to go. Do you have any idea? At the moment, it seems like no, but they're also just not really playing into an angle where he could really try to profit from this.
They're anticipating it,
yeah,
though.
Monyat's now watching for it, so they know that they've given up some space. Cushy as well, lingering on it. And there is a very clean and swift shutdown. 2 players gone, Smoke's out of the equation. Still have that run it back to contend with, potentially the Neural as well as that Hunter's Fury. Crystal's 1 charge away. They're not playing for orbs at the moment here. Our Global Esports, it's going to have to be from a kill, if at all. Run it back immediately going to be sent out. Just on the late insert in the mid, but Autumn, he's able to find 2, looking for that 3rd. Will finally be denied, but what value to be found? He's given them a real opportunity, but there's that res aforementioned, and Crazy Guy finds the kill. Javi will get dropped, and 6-6 at the half is going to be locked up.
This is a very solid half for RRQ. And xFaro really instrumental with that operator in some of these rounds. Again, getting into the post plant. Once you're there as RRQ, that's where you're feeling really comfy. But this round, they are very patient. I mean, you could see it from the opening pistol that they were anticipating with the double duelist. GE's going to want to be aggressive on the map. And they were often playing for that.
Halftime.
And yeah, winning that opening pistol into winning a couple rounds there right at the end. Gonna keep things all squared up, and I think as GE, yes, you've got the double duelist comp, so you're also looking to maybe do a little more damage on this attacker side, but Yudotan, incredible with the operator. Just so dialed in. It's hitting some really nice shots.
That's been a strong performance. Try to get them into the lead here, but Global probably still going to be feeling like they should have been coming out a little bit more on top. 6 rounds collected after dropping that pistol. Still going to be feeling pretty decent for them. But for a while, it was looking like they were going to be able to run this, you know, a 7-5, maybe an 8-4 half. But seems like overall vibes still up here for the squad. Let's see if they can find a pistol in kind, though. Get themselves right back into the lead.
For sure. Some Sliggy fans from the Philippines.
Hi, Sliggy.
Hello.
We know you're watching.
Yeah. Can't sleep yet.
Well,
not allowed.
I mean, if you're gonna sleep through anything, you know, some of the Americas games.
Yeah. I mean,
EMEA ones.
EMEA, those are real.
Those
boring.
are fine, but you know, of course, you got to be open for this.
Yeah. Can't miss this. Early aggression here from Yudotan. They're gonna try to tee him up with a dart, but nobody had overcommitted from RRQ, so gonna get caught by that early trap. Is the veto trip up in top mid, so again, looking to play around that on that pistol round, just like we saw on the attacker side, trying to lure GE in, but GE this time maybe going to be a bit, let's see if they just want to break this. Yeah, they're going to knife it down. So I don't even think there's any awareness here from RRQ.
I mean, they're not in audio range.
Yeah, there's no way.
I'm out of here. Suck it.
Crazy guy. He's playing far enough back, so realizes obviously they could just quickly get through this one, but he's going to have to call for the rotation. So 3 players working their way out through a lobby over towards the attacker spawn. Looks like it's just going to be the redirect through tiles to try to get onto the flanks here, but this is RRQ making this a little bit more difficult for themselves than it maybe needed to be. Swing out though, that initial contact. Jemkin going to be tagged to 46. Reveal on a 1, and Hobby barely able to escape, but Patman comes away with 2. Time with 1, putting his life on the line. Monyet able to fire back a little bit more. But he's completely split from his teammate here in Crazy Guy. Swing in the corner. Hobby has him dead. Monyet will fall, and the pistol is Global Esports.
Yeah, just, it's tough when, again, you kind of set up for that trap play and the opponent doesn't fall for it, so you got to go for plan B, which is, you know, getting some aggression on the flanks, but they made a ton of noise coming through there. I could hear the footsteps. And so the players definitely can too. They're just so ready for that. Nicely timed smoke there to make sure that haunt can't be followed up on easily.
Nice! Round, boys!
And a huge pistol round win for Global Esports. Gonna give them a good shout. Couple ghosts being bought into this one, so this is looking like they're gonna try to get into a big bonus.
A little lighter on the weaponry, but like you say, if they can make it clean, which they should be able to do, especially with that kill going in, then the bonus could be monstrous for them. So quick rotations coming through from RRQ, but with just classics in hand, what are you really meant to do? Yudotan going to be looking for a little bit more. Second shot will be able to connect him on, yet now going to be struck down. That has them second guessing. Cushy, so far enough forward, will eventually fall, and Patman out in the mid will be able to clean up the other. So flawless, even with the ghosts in hand. Very good stuff here from Global Esports. We're now up by 2 and in pole position to try to get a conversion.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a fearsome bonus. Yeah, you can see it's all rifles. Because they only took a Marshall and 2 pistols, you're able to bank up a bunch of extra money. They make it work very nicely. Good stuff from Pat.
Nice, guys.
Perfect, guys. Clean.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no doubt. That's exactly how you draw it up right there. Everybody in the right positions doing their jobs. RRQ, look at this 4-1 split. They're going to throw the interceptor at the front of B. The trip up in mid. The cross cut here in Boba. But I mean, X-Pharaoh is very concerned there early.
Very alone. Meanwhile, Patman up and over the top will be taken down. Jemkin on that swing, able to find it. The heel immediately getting pushed forward.
They're going to wall that off. It's a pretty good read from RRQ.
Go.
Let's see what they want to do off the back of this, though. Ooh.
Oh, well. Timing just going to be found there from X-Pharaoh. Right as Yudotan had chucked out some of that util. Avi able to find the one. Plenty of noise being made here. Check back from behind the Paranoia, not to connect, and he will connect onto Jemkin's skull, though. Kill going to be found. Crystal as well, filling his space in market. Clean tap, takes down Crazy Guy. Now it is Moniet and Cushy. A 2v2 in the anti-bonus. Solid sees had connected so that they're going to be decayed down, but the kill just cannot be found, and now the drone right into Moniet's face. Trying to make this nigh impossible for him. The double approach to Shotgun at his feet to swing to his demise. Crystal finds another one as Global Esports convert the bonus and are now up by 3.
This is exactly what you want as Global Esports. So the plan here for Platoon coming to fruition. Looked a little shaky there, but Javi, realized he was in a really bad spot. Went for the big play. He said, "Ah, to heck with it. It's the bonus." Gets a 2K Crystal sharp.
Nice! Yes! Let's go!
Fired up.
No doubt. They should be. That's a massive round. Should get you up to double digits.
Yeah, it feels like right now RRQ, they need this Rift. If they can't find that, that might just be the map going away. Global Esports, strong position to hit to double digits. Crazy Guy looking to try to shut down this approach, but as they get ready to strike on to B, we'll have a listen in Global Esports.
From market.
You clear the left, you did?
I think
Can we just go drone?
Can we bump first? Can we just go now?
Wait, chill first, chill first.
Drone.
Wait.
They push A already, guys.
Drone after.
Wait in this up. We go as 5 guys.
They push mid. They push
Carry behind door,
market.
okay? Carry behind door.
I'm gonna flash.
No behind wall, no behind wall.
Comms, guys, comms.
Could be in smoke, I don't check smoke.
Okay, I'm gonna check smoke.
I cage first. Can be.
Clean tag. I mean, Crazy Guy dead before the wall can even bloom. Solid opening kill to be found. 4v5 to try to get this Thrifty over the line. Quick little reposition. Paranoia is going to be going out. Jemkin will hound down Autumn. Finds him with that bandit, but can't recover the weapon. Patman quickly trades it back. Ooh, Unotunnel. What is that? Fadeaway wallbang headshot through the corner onto Cushy. The cleanup overall. Damn swift. Round damn clean. Global now up to double digits, and RRQ looking like they're going to call an immediate timeout ahead of this bye.
Yeah, for sure, you need to. I mean, this is really interesting that we got to listen to those comms there, because you heard kind of how they're understanding the map. They know very well that they've given up that A main space. It's likely being pushed. They might have had confirmation on some of the Cypher util. Eventually the cam got cleared in mid, I did see that, but even before that, they were pretty well aware. And then they're, making sure they're clearing every angle. They've already learned their lesson from that round when RRQ is on the attacker side, when they're going to hide a player behind the wall. Immediately you hear Crystal saying, "Hey, my drone is going to check that, but I can't check the smoke. Can someone do that?" And Javi's like, "Yeah, I'll smoke off Boba, and then, let's do that." And, they've got the recon there to clear backside too. So that was really efficient and good comms, good coordination from the side of Global Esports.
What in the hell?
What is that?
That is
Is that Kirby as
Kirby as Peter Griffin?
As Peter Griffin? I'm so confused. There must be something I'm missing here.
Yeah. My brain's temptation to try to do an impression, but I don't know what's going to come out. I've never done a Peter Griffin.
Well, you're from the Northeast, right? You can maybe...
What?
You're from, Jersey.
Yeah, but he doesn't sound like that.
Well, no, but, I mean, if anyone was going to have an impression, you'd be better off than me. I'm from the Midwest. We talk like this there, eh?
That's true.
Flash!
Well, let's see. Clark, you can try to turn this one around. Of course, worth remembering that this is their map pick, and Global Esports are electing to take us to Summit. It's been floated as a final map a couple of times, and it's the first time here in Pacific that we're seeing somebody just saying, "You know what, this is where we want to go."
Yeah.
Curveball not going to be connecting on the Jemkin, so it does have sight line. And Vision cleans up that running back immediately. Meanwhile, Patman driving over towards Market, but re-peek in. Javi, Unotan both going to be dead, as Crystal is able to find Xfero, but needs a hell of a lot more than that. Nor going to be sent, but Patman caught trying to scale forward, and it looks like the call here from RRQ ends up working a treat.
Enemy marked.
They just reinforced this B site.
Shock dart.
Get the spot on the Crazy Guy, but, I mean, yeah, the shock dart's going to land. He's got the regen armor, though. And in 25 seconds can just heal himself back up. So, all for naught effectively for Crystal and just trying to stay alive. Doesn't need to worry about keeping the gun too much. Money is just fine. The side of GE. Gonna go on a bit of an exploration.
30 seconds left.
Crystal has so far managed to dodge Moniet. Might actually...
Moniet's checking back this angle, though. There's the smoke on the setup. There's the leg spot. Crystal, no real chances to try to get a plant in here now. Paranoia not going to connect, though. Chance to fight back. But now the pinch is coming through. Crystal just going to be locked in position. And Widely is just left to go ahead and survive the round. So can't take the weapon out of his hands. Will be able to retain that. Even if they do, plenty of money available to Global Esports at this point. RRQ, they do manage to find overall a clean round win.
Well, that's a really big round for RRQ. Not just, you invest the timeout, but now you're going to keep 4 players alive with guns in hand. So that means you're going to be able to bank up a little bit of an economy for yourself. Crystal used the Hunter's Fury, but it's a little bit too late. Cushy, a great timing on that swing right as his opponent is jumping up. So he's able to just completely nullify Patman there. Don't give him any hope. Slow orb early. Now, of course, I think as RRQ, you know that after finally thwarting that B hit, they're going to try the A. Pressure, at least.
Don't have to go for the wall here, though. Instead, we'll just be leaving Monnet trying to play around these cycled one-ways. Quickly can get overwhelmed, the cage there. They hear that exit through it, so know that there's going to be somebody on the alley side. All set up, drone over the top. Crazy guy with a spot. Jemkin trying to find his moment to go for this peek. Is Patman on the peek out? Will be able to find Crazy guy, but Jemkin is there. Yutan now going to be taken down. Big ping reveals out onto these players, but just no way to capitalize. Just cannot get them surrounded fast enough. Jemkin able to find yet another. The scale forward, I think a footstep made. Here at backside, tailwind to expire, and I don't think they really register that Batman has worked his way forward onto the site. Oh.
Now he knows.
Hello. Bad news.
Here.
Shocker there at the back of Boniette. Puts him at 16. The rough position now desperately needs some assistance here. It's Batman trying to chase him down. Shorty forward into the smoke. Jim can eventually able to find it. Boniette will come out on top. That became squeaky bum time. But RRQ still managed to get the round win.
Yeah, it seems like they've got some good reactive protocols now. Kind of quickly responding to the pressure that GE's trying to create. I mean, GE goes for a huge util dump, doesn't find anybody. But because of that, that gives the information over. Then you've got Cushy, Jemkin slotting in to thwart the hit. That's a really good read. Now they're having fun too. Only a Guardian for Javi. Patman just a Sheriff. So the buy getting a little bit scuffed to make sure they still have one more in the tank in the next round. Do have the overdrive for Yudotan. I'd love to see him just drop that over to Pat or something and make a play for it eventually, but he's way on the other side of the map.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Well, that's some game sense.
Wow.
Enemy.
See, that, okay, good honest kill from Jemkin. Crystal. And Xfero able to find some just wild ones, as this time it's Crazy Guy catching the stray. Player advantage. Maintained. Here's Moniette on the push, able to find Autumn, but the trade back is going to be good, and now the trade up. Back into a 2v2. Taking them low, the Prowler to chase out Crystal. I mean, it's a K down to 1 HP here for a moment. They just haven't cleared that corner, and Cushy is now the one at risk as Patman just wraps in the back sight.
Just shouldn't have come down to this. Just gets a little messy for RRQ. Jemkin used the blades in the last round.
Drone not checking to the right direction. Jemkin, he's gonna have to be so fast, and he is. Wow. I need to see that one back in the replay. Crystal though, the silent scale will be able to catch him, and okay. Saved. Saved in the end.
God.
I mean, it's like I'm watching players play hot potato right now. The potato is the win. It's the round secured. And they just, yeah,
I don't want it. You take it. You take it.
Back and forth.
That is one of the most bizarre rounds. I mean,
you know what? The funniest thing that Platoon could do right now on the replay is yell to the audience, how do I tell them to stop throwing?
I would love that if he did that. He would get some bonus points in my book. That was just bizarre, man. There are multiple kills through smokes, just absolutely wild. They've been trying to use this wall to condition a response out of RRQ, but actually RRQ often doesn't really make much out of this. Do have the crosscut here, so even though Xfero probably going to get seen by this drone, has an escape valve. Should be relatively okay, I would think. Let's see if he tries to swing off of this, though. Could go for a box spam. Yep, gotta get out.
Yeah, quick cross cut out. Let's keep up that forward space. Maul in the back of sight. Yuratan looking for the check. Meanwhile, it's going to be a TP in deep for Patman. Tucked behind the box now as Plant can come through. And that's going to be right back available to Autumn. Patman looking for a timing, and he finds it. Xfero trying to get situated with Util in hand. Ends up getting caught. Monyet quick to clear out Autumn's ult, but Javi takes his life. Clean tap, but still player disadvantage. Off to the corner of the overdrive now going to be invested. Cushy able to fight back for a little bit more. Jemkin with that operator again. Has to do so much here. Finds it.
What?
Now it's forward. And yet again, it is Jemkin tagged. A 1v1 versus Crystal. The shot's out to Crystal once again. This time cleaner. Has his number as Global Esports will move this up to map point.
That looked so weird with the op shot into the forward tailwind. Unbelievable, but I mean, just the protocols here for RRQ, they're just a little bit behind the curve. And again, having Xfero turn away the moment that Patman pops out of that smoke. They're not anticipating it.
Oh my.
Get out of my
Now
way.
you've got a really odd buy for this map point. Stinger for Jemkin, but he does have the blades.
Spectre for Crazy Guy, who's had this res for God knows how long. He just hasn't been able to survive through the start of these rounds. A little bit of a friendly blind out there, but Jemkin looking like he wanted to go out of timing, but it's just a quick check. Make sure no one's tucked away on that right-hand side. Backs off. Still 4 knives to try to play with.
Let's see if this pivot is quick enough, but RRQ just deciding that they probably left B. Start taking some space of our own. Patman trying to sell a fake. He's pulling a bunch of players over, and he's got himself the site.
Yeah, I think it's bad news. Slow orb out, but Patman there at backside, so Crazy Guy again to fall. That res not to be seen.
Shadows traveling.
4v5, they're trying to get this one over the line. The plant going to be handed over to Crystal as well as the Hunter's Fury is now going to be online. He's immediately going to look to slip his way back out through alley, get onto a position where he can try to utilize this. Smoke going to be sent forward. Jemkin to try to lead the charge, but there's the Hunter's Fury going to be used aggressively. Jemkin with one though. Autumn taken down. Yuratan eliminated. Jemkin looking for a little bit more. The follow-up blade is not quite connecting with Cushy with that Vandal will. Now a 3v2. Crystal boxed in. The smoke to fall. Monyet to win the fight. Patman trying to go for the backstab, but RRQ, they persevere. Hold on by a thread. 3 more to go to try to take this into overtime.
This is a cool round from Global Esports. You know, they're pivoting over. They leave Patman over at B. He throws a paranoia, and literally all of RRQ just turns and heads to B, including Crazy Guy who's over on A. And then Crazy Guy's like, wait a second. And then he walks right into Pat's gun barrel. But the retake here because of Jemkin's blades and Cushy's sharp shooting. Able to get through there. A nice paranoia from Monyet as well to tee up Cushy. So Monyet having a really nice round.
Nice one, guys.
They keep themselves alive.
That would have to be an effective Thrifty to try to bring this map to its end.
Here.
2 rifles, Hero Vandal, and a Guardian. Last cannon though for Javi. Smalley to check around mid. We'll get the spot onto 1, so Monyet just try to hang out on this angle. Shut down the approach to market. Meanwhile, Jemkin trying to swing in. Gun barrel not quite spotted, I don't think. Maybe he had seen it, but there's the swing either way. The shots end up going wide, but Autumn unable to find any damage in response.
Look at how quick he is to pivot, though. Over towards the gap in the setup for RRQ. Make sure he plugs that up with the Outlaw. Crystal looking for any player who's been boosted. Knifes the wall. That is going to be seen and heard.
Still has a tailwind. Oh, Jemkin still trying to scale, but now Running out of bullets. Makes his exit back over. Backside crazy guy. Try to hold this door. He's been ping revealed. Still getting spotted out though. Now fully flashed up, and Yutan with that Sheriff in hand, able to find the one Autumn. Cleans up Cushy, Jemkin, dead. Monien gone, and Autumn runs him down. The one Vandal, good enough. Global Esports pulling off the Thrifty to close out the map.
And they looked really good here to Global Esports. Saw some good macro ideas, whereas RRQ felt like they were relying so much on that Sentinel util, and it just didn't find the value they needed. Good stuff from Yudotan.